Because it's only good if the water's running. It doesn't matter that we have a water dish. Silly kitty. Silly kitty. And there's the birds and my dirty window. Looks like I guess there's just one blue jay out there picking out. She'd do this all day if I let her. Day 2. It smells really good. Making lunch. Making some tomato soup. And we'll have grilled cheese over here. Fancy today. This is smoked Gouda and provolone on wheat. So I finished the butterbeer beanie for my daughter this morning, and I've soaked it, and now I have to figure out how to block it. It's lace, and I want to open up the lace because it's also a little short. I probably should have done another main body lace repeat now that I've got it finished, you know, hindsight. But the small version only called for 3 repeats, not 4. Anyway, so I'm stretching it, and I'm hoping maybe just stretching it will be enough because I don't want to use a plate inside to open it up like a tam, only because I know that that'll stretch the brim out more. And I have, when I've done that kind of blocking before, I've actually like run a piece of yarn around the inside of the top of the brim, and once I have the plate inside, I cinch it up so that as the ribbing dries, it does not dry all stretched out. And that does work, but the plate also leaves like kind of a ridge there from stretching it. And since that's not really the look I'm going for this particular beanie, and I don't have, well, I do, but I don't know where they're at. I've also used balloons in the past to blow up to be the right size for the inside, like the upper part of the hat, and then, you know, obviously the bottom of the balloon isn't as wide. But I have no idea where my balloons are. That's another casualty of my move earlier this year. So I'm just going to stretch this out as much as I can on this towel and let it lay flat. And I'm going to see how that fits once it's dry. And if I think it still needs to be stretched more, then I will maybe go buy a package of balloons and try again. But I honestly think this may be okay because the lace is opening up pretty nicely. I'm really happy with how this hat turned out. I think it's so pretty, and I love the color and the sparkle. I did this out of my Beguiled base. So anyway, another Christmas gift finished. Yay! Good morning. It is December 3rd, and this is really, I think, the first day I'm going to have a chance to actually focus on trying to record anything for Vlogmas. I've done some little snippets over the past 2 days, but it was the weekend, and weekends are never good for me to do this kind of stuff because my husband's home, and inevitably we get into projects, and I just don't end up having a lot of free time. So anyway, he is actually off today too, but that's because he finally has his orthopedic doctor appointment for his shoulder. So fingers crossed that they come up with what's wrong with his shoulder and can get him on a path to that feeling better. It was sort of funny though, because you know, we got up a little later than we usually do, which doesn't take much because usually the alarm goes off at 10 after 3 in the morning. Yeah, that's when he gets up on work days. I stay in bed till about 4. But I got to sleep till 5:30 today, which was very exciting. But anyway, I came out here and I was having coffee with him and everything. And then as he was getting ready to, you know, go take a shower and get ready to go to his appointment, I was still sitting at the table knitting, as I do, and drinking my coffee. And he said, "Don't you have dyeing to do today?" And I said, "It's 7:45. I said, "I have a routine. This is still my personal knitting time. Thank you very much. I don't need oversight." But I am going to make my breakfast now. My toast just popped. There it is. Yeah, I have coffee early, but I don't eat breakfast till later. So I'm going to make my breakfast now. Avocado toast with hard-boiled eggs. This is one of my favorite breakfasts. I don't know why. I go through phases where I eat them a bunch and then I get tired of them. But it's breakfast today. So I may be being an overachiever for Advent knitting this year, because out there I have these two Advent things. One, the yarn one I started already. The fiber one I have not started yet. And I'm actually thinking I may not get to it, but never say never. So then on my last podcast, I talked about the fact that I wanted to do the Advent knit and crochet along that Carol from a Stitch in Time podcast was hosting. And so I pulled out a whole other batch of minis, and don't worry about everything on my table. It's just a disaster right now because I'm in the midst of cleaning, and you know how that goes. You make a bigger mess before the smaller mess is cleaned up. Anyway, so the minis in those bags, there's only 28 of them because hers is technically an Advent, like a 24-day Advent thing, but I'm not sure all those colors will work. If you remember, I started doing a brioche project earlier this year just because I wanted to learn how to do brioche. So this is all the yarn from that project, because even though I started it, I didn't rip it out, I just bound it off where it was. I was only like through part of the first two colors I was using. It served its purpose. I got the hang of brioche. I don't know that I'll ever do much brioche, but it was fun to do. But I really want to use these yarns. So that's what I'm using for this. And I am doing, I don't think the pattern, oh yeah, here it is. I'm going to use the Favorite Scarf Ever pattern by Lisa Bruce, and I'm doing that as my Advent knit project for the A Stitch in Time knit along. So basically my goal is to knit at least 2 inches a day. I'm having so much fun with this though. This is all I want to knit right now, which is why I've got probably like close to 7-8 inches done. This was my first color. I've decided I'm going to fade in the next colors, so I did that here. I don't know if you can see it. This is the second color, so you can kind of see the fades. I think I did 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I've got 5 stripes. I don't know that I'll be consistent with that through the whole thing. But anyway, I'm about ready to open the third one. Here, want to see what it is? I didn't even like staple or tape these shut. I was just in a hurry last night. Oh, here it is. So it's another yellow, goldish yellow. The one I'm using right now has gold stellina in it. This one does not. So it's a little paler than the current one. So I think it'll contrast nicely. And this is one that I got in a swap package actually, because it is numbered. So I'll have to look up what it is. Anyway, so yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this one, and I just kind of want to only knit on this, but I can't only knit on this because I've got other knitting to do and other work to do. So much knitting, so little time. Do you think maybe I could find a smaller container to keep this project in? It's time to get the Christmas mugs out of the top cupboard, or out of the top shelf, and move them down here. We have way too many mugs, so I can't leave the Christmas mugs out all year. But I look forward to getting them out now. Have you ever seen such a ridiculously sized mug? It's my husband's. He puts beer in it sometimes when he's working in the basement. It's just hilarious. I think the monster mugs have to stay out. They are like all season perfect. Okay, so there are 7 Christmas mugs that have to go up into this space. I can stack some of them. There's no more room up there. And that shelf is also quite crowded. So 7 of these plus these 2 new David's tea mugs, which I had no business buying except for the fact that they were so darn cute. I only meant to buy 1 but accidentally put 3 in my cart, and so I have 3. So I figured I'll have 1 and my husband will have 1. Yeah. So they all have to fit up there too. And I've got these 2 fancy mugs that just don't fit in there ever, so they just sit on top of my canisters. Next to Godzilla who's eating the gnomes. Yeah, it's crazy. Just crazy. Ta-da! Success. It's still crazy, but they're all in there, so now we can use our Christmas mugs. And I started this whole thing because I was ready to have my afternoon tea with my David's Tea Advent calendar. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use one of my new David's Tea mugs, even though I don't have to use the strainer because it's a tea bag. Actually, it's a tea sachet because they're fancy. I should probably wash this mug out since it's new, huh? Yeah, I'll go do that. Okay, so when I rinse the mug out, I'm heating my water in the microwave because even if David's Tea is fancy with their sachets, I am not, and I just heat my water in the microwave most of the time. Look at the little gnome, isn't he adorable? I actually just noticed him now for the first time. They have mugs with those on it that change color with the heat of the water. So cute. Okay. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. So I have to find number 3. Yesterday was number 2. Number 3. Here's number 3. Oh, it's blue. Ooh, blueberry something. I should be doing this with. Oh, sorry. I'm really bad at this apparently. Let's see what's in number 3. Nothing else. Okay. Some of them have extra things, apparently. All right, so today is organic blueberry jam. It smells so good. I can smell it from here. Black tea. Oh, good, this one has caffeine. The first 2 did not. Black tea, black currants, blueberries, elderberries, cornflower petals, stevia extract with organic raspberry and natural blueberry flavorings. Sounds yummy. Now I'm going to go make my tea. I wonder if it'll turn the water blue or purple. That would be fun. Okay. I'll come over here to my super fancy microwaved water. Ow, hot. Very, very, very hot. Ow, hot. Yeah. Okay. Nice thing about these mugs is whether you're right-handed or left-handed, you get to see a bear. My husband's left-handed. And he always says about how most coffee mugs have the design in a place where it would be visible to a right-handed person, but not to a left-handed person. So we get very excited whenever we have left-hand compatible mugs. Okay, so all you people from like England and the UK are probably having a heart attack about how I'm making my tea. I'm so sorry. I'm American. We don't do tea well. We're really good at coffee. But tea is not our forte, I don't think. So we just put the decorations on the tree, and it's all pretty. Only Tippy snuck in here just now, so I can't leave until I catch her because I'm afraid of what damage she might do. So I think I'm going to sit in here. I'll turn a light on, and oh, there she is. Dipples. Come here. Come here. Oh, come here, baby. Can't pick her up with one hand. I'm trying to convince Tippy that she doesn't want to go over to see the tree. She's having none of it. Oh, here's the baby. Can you hear her purring? She's all purr, purr. Yeah, I have to put you out in the other room. Otherwise you'll destroy things. It's a surprising amount of work to try to catch a tiny kitten. She's not really a kitten anymore. She's like 1.5 years old, but still, she's not a big cat. She's a squirmy little girl though. Anyway, okay, so I kicked her out, and I still have half of my adult beverage left for the evening, so I'm going to finish that, and I'm going to sit here in front of the tree, and I'm going to work on putting today's mini skein in my granny stripe afghan, which I didn't even open yet. And so I don't even know what it is, even though I put this whole thing together. I'll open it now. So here's day 3, my super fancy brown paper baggie. It's hard to do with one hand. Ooh. Okay. This is a darker one. Browns and green. It is some Cascade Heritage hand paints, and that's it. There's no colorway on it, but that's okay. So I'm going to work on adding that to my blanket while I finish my adult beverage, and I'll probably watch a Vlogmas episode of somebody's, because I'm sure there's more up since the last time I was watching today, and then I'll probably be calling it a night. My plan is tomorrow to try to somehow put a bunch of these little clips together that I've done over the last 3 days, including today, and upload my Vlogmas day 1 through 3 video. Like I said before, I feel like it's really choppy and just really haphazard. I have got to get better at doing this, but hopefully, you know, I can just put some pretty Christmas music over top of all of it and call it a day. I don't know. We'll see. But I hope you're having a really nice Vlogmas, whether you're just watching or if you're recording. And I hope you're enjoying the beginning of December. So I will talk to you later. Good night.